and FedEx Ground are merging. 4 local sites are shutting down as
I busted my and I was just laid off. These companies do not care about us.
FedEx loses that business, and now they don't need as many workers.
on Tuesday, over 200 FedEx employees had the rug pulled from underneath.
Really given my whole energy and life over the last 4 months to this job, and to be let go for no reason is like a huge slap in the face.
Have you ever wondered what it's like to show up for work and find your badge doesn't work? Do you know how a global delivery giant can lose 70,000 jobs in just 4 years? And what happens when robots sort 56,000 packages an hour? How many drivers are left on the road?
I don't work anymore because I'm working every day very hard, and I never have money.
FedEx peaked at 570,000 employees in 2021, riding a pandemic surge. Since then, the headcount has slid year after year to 547,000 in 2022, 529,000 in 2023, 505,000 in 2024, and as of May 31st, 2025, about 500,000, a total drop of roughly 70,000 jobs, minus 12%. This steady shrinkage masks dramatic WARN notices. In February 2024, 326 roles vanished in Union City, Georgia. April 2024 saw 217 cuts in Lebanon, Tennessee, and this summer, Greensboro, North Carolina, and Omaha, Nebraska, each lost 266 jobs. Automation and consolidation under the Network 2.0 plan are at the heart of these cuts. By merging Express and Ground into one truck, one label, FedEx aims to save $2 billion annually toward a broader $6 billion drive program.
The facility, the second link in getting packages sorted and outbound, is fully automated, according to FedEx, able to sort 56,000 pieces per hour.
The newly opened Memphis Secondary 25 facility, spanning 1.3 million square feet with 11 miles of conveyor and 56,000 packages sorted per hour, hints at the future.
The world's most flexible, efficient, and smartest logistics network.
Human sorters could drop by 40% by 2027. Just as the scale hit home, a veteran express driver shared,
It's actually extremely stressful for all of us, including the loaders, including everybody in the terminal.
that stress reflects deeper strains. U.S. daily parcel volume slid from 16.9 million in fiscal year 2022 to 14.8 million so far in fiscal year 2025. Losing key clients, like the USPS air cargo contract to UPS, chipped off $120 million in revenue, while Amazon's exodus in 2019 continues to reverberate. Financially, FedEx remains flush on paper. A $5 billion stock buyback launched in March 2024, plus $3.5 billion repurchased by mid-2025. Yet employees facing WARN notices report just 2 weeks of pay per year of service as severance.
Hundreds of FedEx workers in Raleigh and in Durham are going to need to find new jobs in the new year.
Yeah, the company's laying off 123 people in Durham and another 218 in Raleigh. The cuts go into effect by February 3rd.
In Raleigh, layoffs of 123 staff and 218 in Durham, effective February 2025, left many scrambling for new roles. Employee morale sank further with stories like Tony's.
Now Tony gets to take off the shirt permanently because he was let go by the new contractor because the new contractor wouldn't keep to his promises for the drivers.
Across the country, small towns feel the impact. In Fort Worth, 305 jobs disappeared when a major client fled. Local surveys show 20 to 30% drops in small business revenue within 60 days of hub closures. Displaced workers offered transfers up to 50 miles away, except less than 25% of the time, making severance their only real option. Even back-office teams felt the pain. Europe trimmed 1,700 to 2,000 roles, saving $125 to $175 million annually. That echoes a May 31st, 2025 report noting FedEx's global headcount down 1% year over year, following steady annual cuts of 18 to 24,000 employees, a shift toward machines over manpower. And machines are everywhere. FedEx's Drive program includes AI route balancing that maps real-time package density, trimming delivery legs, and sidelining drivers. Electric and autonomous vehicle pilots promise lower operating costs, though full autonomy remains years away. Before we dive back in, please hit the like button. Your support fuels every story we share. We're aiming for 5,000 subscribers on Global Insight, and your subscription would mean the world to us. Thank you for helping us grow. Now let's continue. The fallout from FedEx's cuts is already showing in delivery times and customer frustration. In Network 2.0 markets, where Express and Ground merge, FedEx touted a 10% drop in pickup and delivery costs. But early integration glitches led to a 23% spike in billing errors and service gaps on about 15% of routes. Small businesses that depend on next-day delivery report, delayed inventory restocks, and unhappy clients.
You're at $32 an hour. $32 an hour. You go home.
In 2025, WARN notices hit hard again. On September 1st, Des Moines, Iowa lost 84 roles. Greensboro and Omaha each cut 102 to 164 positions. In North Texas, 81 jobs in Garland and 50 in Plano disappeared as routes consolidated. California saw 79 cuts in Emeryville and 95 in Oakland, effective June 2nd. And in Blountville, Tennessee, 88 workers were let go, March 31st. Fort Worth's 305 roles melted away when a major 3PL contract moved to a competitor this summer. Amid these waves, an article snapped attention. Financially, revenue has plateaued. Fiscal year 2025 guidance shows flat or slightly declining top line, $87.9 billion in fiscal year 2024 versus $87.7 billion in fiscal year 2023. Operating margin aims for 8% plus, but quarter first 2025 hit 7.4%, pressured by integration costs. Meanwhile, FedEx's Mexican ADR trades at 4,450 Mexican pesos, down nearly 20% year over year, valuing the company at 1.04 trillion Mexican pesos, even as it pulls in 1.7 trillion MXN in revenue and nets 79 billion MXN in profit. Many employees bristle at a 2.5% dividend and massive buybacks, while they face abrupt WARN notices with minimal severance. Service ramifications extend to rural America. Independent service providers now cover expanded routes without pay bumps, creating delivery deserts beyond urban centers.
FedEx just announced it plans to lay off more than 100 employees in North Texas. These cuts will impact 81 workers in Garland and another 50 in Plano.
The labor climate is heating up. Teamster organizers eye FedEx Freight, aiming to leverage high turnover and safety concerns. If successful, binding wage negotiations could alter Drive's cost-cutting math. FedEx's contractors report turnover spikes as drivers quit under insane conditions and low pay, with one ex-employee noting,
"They got me loading this truck and this truck all by myself, and it's only my third day. Boxes keep on coming and they will never stop."
Meanwhile, Memphis's secondary 25 hub hums along with 1,000 AI camera sensors. But technician jobs, 85 new roles, are a fraction of the hundreds displaced. Real-time route balancing software consolidates overlapping express ground runs, leaving many drivers with less work or forced reroutes that add hours without extra pay. On the customer side, pilot customers report inconsistent transit times. A small batch retailer told CNBC, "Our weekly orders now take 2 extra days, and FedEx's support line blames station closures." Independent research shows a 15% increase in transit times on recently consolidated routes. Federal warnings are ticking. FedEx confirmed 250 plus more station conversions through fiscal year 2026. If that pace holds, nearly a third of U.S. centers will close by 2027, stranding further communities.
With federal cuts under the Trump administration still very fresh, Memphians think this is just the beginning.
By year's end, FedEx's transformation leaves a stark landscape. Thousands of routes optimized, but tens of thousands of workers displaced. The Drive and Network 2.0 cuts drove global headcount down from 547,000 in 2022 to 500,000 today, a 12% slide. More than 100 U.S. stations have closed, with 250 plus more conversions planned through 2026. Communities know the real toll. In Fort Worth, where 305 roles vanished this summer, local retailers tell of 30% revenue drops as drivers disappear. In rural Iowa, deliveries now reroute through hubs 50 miles away. Farmers waiting days for seed and feed. Even corporate ranks feel the squeeze. While FedEx spent $3.5 billion on stock buybacks by mid-2025, severance packages capped at 2 weeks per service year leave many scrambling. A Bloomberg report noted FedEx shares trade at 4,450 Mexican pesos, down 20% year over year, as the market questions whether efficiency gains can outpace human cost. Automation marches on. The secondary 25 hub in Memphis, 1.3 million square feet, 56,000 packages per hour, 1,000 AI camera sensors, handled more than half of primary sort by August. AI route balancing software slashes driver miles, but leaves riders with unpredictable schedules. A veteran driver lamented,
"Started FedEx at 2:30 a.m. and quit at 2:50 a.m. They need slaves, not men."
Looking ahead, FedEx warns of more facility consolidations and further shrinks in human roles, up to 40% fewer in sorting and delivery by 2027. Yet unions are mobilizing. Teamsters eye FedEx Freight, hoping to secure job protections and wage hikes. Local leaders in West Boylston, Massachusetts, and Emeryville, California, are exploring tax incentives to attract new employers. But replacing a multi-billion-dollar hub is no easy feat. FedEx's own reports hint at the paradox. A 10% cost reduction in converted markets comes with transit glitches and billing errors, 23% higher during cutovers. Investors applaud the Drive program's $2 billion savings target, but customers bristle at inconsistent service as delivery deserts expand in low-volume areas. The final question looms. Can FedEx balance automation with its human promise? Or will these towers of conveyor and code forever replace the drivers and packers who built the network? If this story hit home, click the video on your screen now. No more food. Walmart replied to Trump's tariffs by leaving America. To see how another giant responds when trade wars disrupt our everyday lives. Don't miss it. Tap that video and stay informed.